Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 20th. We are just going to jump right in here, Capricorn. And in your first row, you have this card that says, learn how to honor and treat your body well. You also have the Tower. It did come up in reverse, but I did drop this deck the other day, and I just haven't fixed all the cards. I don't read reversals. On top of that, I actually don't really like the Tower in reverse. And you might be saying, Chris, you're crazy. The Tower is a bad card. But number one, I don't think tarot is good or bad. To me, it just is, and it's energy that we have to work with. But number two, the Tower in reverse can represent avoiding or kind of like avoiding a Tower moment. But the thing is that we don't necessarily want to avoid Tower moments because, Tower moments, the Tower falls for a reason. And, it's because the Tower is weak in the first place, and we always get to rebuild it stronger. So I always tell people, don't avoid Tower moments. It's like you're just making your life harder by doing that. So I think the Tower kind of gets a bad rap. The other thing is that every single person has had the Tower this week again. And I think that's going to happen quite a bit over the next 10 years. We're going to see a lot of Tower moments, a lot of banks collapsing, all that. Like we've already seen two. Trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to see a lot more craziness in the world and a lot of things collapsing. That's the whole point of Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius. And it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, then it's going to move into Aquarius next year. I'm telling you right now, the next 10 years actually are going to be bonkers. So, kind of buckle up is what I would say here. But I also wouldn't worry about it. It's worrying does nothing, I always tell people. But also, there's going to be a lot of opportunity, and that's what you need to realize is that there are going to be a lot of opportunities. There could be collapses where you can then, if you're smart, then you know how to invest your money or whatever. Again, I would do your research. Don't just blindly do anything. Then you could become very successful as well. There could be opportunities to, buy investment properties or things like that. There could be other opportunities as well, like job opportunities, pretty much anything. But we have to be looking for it, and it's not going to just magically happen. The other thing is that I do feel like some of you are I do feel like you've kind of avoided a Tower moment. We go like this, but not necessarily in a bad way. We go Hermit to the Nine of Pentacles. This kind of leads me to believe that some of you maybe have chosen to cut a person off in your life. And again, this might only make sense for a few of you, but I feel like for some of you, you've cut somebody out of your life and chosen to focus on yourself. I feel like maybe for the past few months, it's been Hermit mode, where maybe you're feeling a little bit lonely. Am I making the right decision? Am I going the right way? But I feel like you're about to get to the Nine of Pentacles, which is abundance, success, all the good stuff. So it's I feel like this is saying it was worth it. You have the Queen of Wands as well. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. I always say that, again, for the rest of your life. I think this is true for every single sign. We need to embrace the Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands energy is she doesn't care what people think. And we're talking about the very, the high vibration version of the Queen of Wands, right? Doesn't care what people think. And she's also willing to learn as she goes along. So she wants to start a business or a new career or a new relationship. She enters into it confidently and also knowing that she can learn what she needs to learn as she goes. She doesn't need to know everything up front. And again, that is the name of the game. Based off the astrology for the rest of your life, you're not going to have the things that you need to get started. There is never going to be a perfect moment for you to get started on that business. There's never going to be a perfect moment for you to start that relationship, especially right now. So the name of the game is to get started, learn as you go. People who do that are going to be very successful. And again, Capricorn, I feel like you can handle it the most out of everybody, probably. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands also has to do with your beliefs. It is knowing that you know that something is going to be successful and believing it deep down inside. I always say, if you're starting anything new, it seems to me this I kind of see it as the hockey stick for you here in my head, Capricorn. Did I say Virgo? I feel like I said Virgo a second ago. Sorry, Capricorn. I think I was talking about Hermit, though, as well. There could be a Virgo here. But it's kind of if you're starting anything new, the things, I feel like they might start a little slow and then go up. So, again, don't, if you're starting something new, don't give up right away. I feel the things that you're starting, businesses especially, or careers, it might take a little time for them to go up, but eventually they're going to go up, really fast. Same thing with other things as well. Maybe you're trying to start dating. It's maybe if someone wants to take it slow at first and then it kind of goes up. And for whatever reason, what I'm seeing here is it's the more confident you are that things are going to work out, it's going to work out. So that's what I'd be doing if I were you. With the Tower, you have the Three Cups. Celebration could have been a third-party situation for some of you. I actually don't read the Three Cups as a third party. That's not even what it means. I don't know why, like, so many readers read it that way, but I think it, a lot of stuff on YouTube is like one reader said it and then everybody else does, right? But I do feel it here. You have the Two of Swords. It's like, I also feel like you were dealing with a person who probably just couldn't make up their mind, period. Like, I feel like this person just is stuck in a pickle, period, in life. So, I feel like you're moving on from that, but I do feel like there's a celebration coming in. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's time for you to kind of boldly move in a direction. Again, just more of that energy I was describing. He's very spontaneous. Again, he works towards a goal, just like the Queen of Wands, and he doesn't really care how he gets there. He's willing to experiment, try new things. I look at him as like the true builder in the tarot. It's like he is willing to explore mystery as well. He normally has 3 pyramids behind her, which represent mystery in the tarot. So it's like he's willing to explore mysteries. He's willing to kind of like take things apart and figure out how it works. And he's kind of like willing to go through the process. And I really see that here. I really don't feel like it's talking about a person other than you. I feel it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you are that Queen of Wands in this reading and you're embracing that energy. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles, some sort of good news coming in for you. I do also feel that there could be love coming in for you here, someone who really wants to work on a team. I feel like this person's a little bit robotic, but I don't know if that's it's kind of weird how that's popping into my head, honestly, but I don't think it's a bad thing. But they might be, I don't know, it might not be as like exciting as you want, but I feel like they become exciting. I don't know. I do feel like it'll change. But this could be communication. Again, it could be a Virgo for sure, but take it how it resonates. You have this Helm card. Next, we're going to look at the unexpected. It says take charge, responsibility, and leadership. Queen of Wands, exactly what I was talking about. You have this Whale. It says your voice matters. Speak your truth. Yes. For those of you that want to share your voice, I would. The Hermit, to me, can also say, Capricorn, that you've been holding your voice back. The reason I say that is because normally in his lantern here, he has the star. And the star represents like needing to expose something to the world, needing to kind of like let something out or say something. And so I feel like some of you, if you want to share your voice, if you need to be heard, I feel like now is the time to be heard. I also feel like you're kind of getting to the end of a long journey. You have the Wheel of Fortune here, so clearly things are improving, things are changing for you, things are kind of turning around. I also see you like better at controlling the Wheel of Fortune. We can't really, it's kind of like tricky because can we truly control the Wheel of Fortune? Kind of, to me, the Wheel of Fortune is your personal vision for life. It is your like destiny in the sense that it's your personal vision for your life, like where you see it going. We can kind of control the Wheel of Fortune with our vibrations, but it's more important to be at the middle of the wheel because there are actually multiple wheels on the Wheel of Fortune, and if you're in the center, then you're always upright. It's like you can see things coming and going from your life, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in a position where it's like you see the good things and you also see the bad things that are happening. You're not like judging it or anything like that. You're just paying attention to the cycles, and then you're taking advantage of the cycles that come your way. It's like, it's like years ago, I remember I had a business and it was like during summer, my income would always increase like significantly. And so I started paying attention to that. And then every single summer I would do extra work, which would lead to extra money. So again, it's like we all have these cycles in life. And I think if we pay attention, whether it's in love and money and business and spirituality, whatever, if we double down during those times where things are going up, then we get to take advantage of it. So I kind of feel like this is saying pay attention to cycles. You have the Eight of Pentacles as well. Eight of Pentacles, of course, is a card of hard work. I do feel like you're being rewarded for the work that you're doing, because Eight of Pentacles is kind of like material success on the horizon. So, sorry, I didn't want to do that. But I definitely feel there are like some improvements coming in for you materially, if that is a word, which it is. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Magician. Yes, use your vibrations to control the wheel. Again, the other thing is there are going to be plenty of reasons to look at the bad stuff that's going on. And I'm not suggesting that we should be blind to the bad things that are happening in the world. But at the same time, unless you can change it and unless there's something you can do about it, there's no point in just like whining and crying about it all day long. So, I always get accused of being way too positive. I don't think I'm too positive. I think I'm more realistic. If I if I can toot my own horn here, and to me, tarot isn't good or bad. To me, tarot is just lucid guidance at best. I feel some people take it way too seriously, and really, you're meant to work with the energy. Again, that's why it's not good or bad, is because you're watching this so you can avoid the things that are happening that could be bad. And, what I would say here is that the magician, the solution to any cycles is to control your vibrations. He also normally has the flowers in front of him on a traditional magician card, and it says that he focuses on the good stuff. That's what he does to manifest a good life. So that's what I'd be doing here. With the Hermit, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like holding on to your position. Again, I did an interview with the Leo King like 2 years ago now. And I think that he had like the best analogy for the time that we're in, which is that we're all like in a theater, like, and there's like a movie playing, but everybody's like still in the lobby. Everybody's like still waiting to enter into this movie. And, I feel like that's what everybody is doing. Everybody is like in hermit mode-ish kind of. And Four of Pentacles, like holding on to the old way that things used to be instead of like stepping into this new reality. And so, I feel like we all need to like work towards that. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. It's also a card of leadership as well. So I really see a lot of good leadership opportunities here for you, especially with that Queen of Wands. But what you're taking the lead on is going to be something personal. It's going to be something that is more about you here, Capricorn. So that could be like your own personal business. It could be you taking the lead and getting like a leadership opportunity in work or your career. Could be you taking control of your life and getting love. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You have this Juno card. It says partnership on it. There could be a love partnership coming in for you. There also could be, of course, any other type of partnership. Could be like a friendship, a business partnership. We see the Three of Pentacles, which is like following a plan. So the Three of Pentacles is an amazing card for working together with other people. The Two of Swords says maybe you don't want to work with other people. Maybe you're afraid of competition. But, what I would say is I feel like teamwork makes the dream work. I say it to you in every single reading here, Capricorn. And I feel like we're much better together than we are apart, all of us. So, I feel like if there are any teamwork opportunities, I would definitely open up to those opportunities with the Two of Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles, like wanting to do your thing on your own. But the Nine of Pentacles, you can see on this one, there's actually two people on the card. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be talking about partnership and working together with other people. The other important thing is with the Nine of Pentacles is if you're afraid to work with other people, this could be in love or in business or whatever, that he or she normally would have 6 pentacles on one side, 3 on the other. It kind of says that she is willing to give 3 pentacles to any situation that she enters into, and she always keeps enough for herself. So any situation that you're entering into, as long as you're not over giving, then you will be fine. It's like when we overgive, when we do too much, and when things aren't clear, that's when we have problems. With the Two of Swords here, again, I would open up to an opportunity here. It is kind of funny that you go like this. You go Two of Swords to the Five of Wands, which would be like your competition. So some of you could be actually working with your competition, or you could be finding a lot of benefits in working together with people that you might consider your competition. It could lead to a lot of success. I also feel that some of you could be looking at like how to stand out from the competition. I've been seeing the Chariot a lot in these readings. You don't have it because I'm trying to prove a point, but Chariot is about kind of like setting yourself apart. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords, card of recovery. If a lot of you could be healing in life in general, I do feel there are like blessings. Both cards kind of, Three of Pentacles not really, but Four Swords, can represent blessings here, Capricorn. With the Two of Swords, you have the Hermit again. Some of you definitely could be dealing with a Virgo. This could represent needing to see like eye to eye with a person as well. So it's like some of you might need to kind of like see things from another person's point of view. Doesn't mean you have to totally agree with them, but it does mean that there could be an opportunity here where it's like maybe seeing another person's point of view could be very beneficial. The other thing is I always use the example of books. Like I've read a lot of books like from Amazon where I've gotten some like major golden nuggets, but they have terrible reviews on Amazon. And like the reviews are always like, there's a spelling mistake on page 166, like as if that matters, right? And it's like, I can't spell, me personally, right? And I'm terrible at grammar. So it's like, I know that there are plenty of people who have really good information, but maybe there's just a mistake, right? People make mistakes. So, what I would say here is like, again, there could be some information that you're coming across that could be from a source that you disagree with, that could have terrible reviews or whatever, but there actually could be something there. And, I feel like I've said this to you in the past, so don't like discount information that could be good. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Yes, are you kidding? Definitely could be love coming in for you. The other thing is that the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords could just represent someone who's very different than you. Both cards, could say that you're really attracting an opposite. But sometimes they say opposites attract. So, it could be a person who lives a very different life than you. Maybe they come from a very different background, another country or whatever. But I do feel that for some of you that are looking for love. Finally, here in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, the Siren. It says, a temptation may lead you astray. Again, this is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter what comes up here. It's going to be positive no matter what. I do feel that there could be a temptation coming in for you. I do also feel that you could be worried because of past temptations. Like maybe you had a person that sold you a false story, and you have the Nine of Swords here. That would really tell me that you are like intuitively, or, I feel like you just as a person don't want to repeat that type of mistake, right? So I feel that, but this is the good stuff. So this would tell me that you are probably going to avoid some sort of mistake that you could make. You have the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Five of Wands. I really feel that some of you, again, have maybe had a past person where it's like, I feel like they just it's almost like they strung you along for a very long time, Capricorn, and it's like they would never give in. That's like those are the words that I'm getting here on the Nine of Swords. It's like they would never fully open up, or for some of you, maybe they would never let you see them, or, whatever the case may be. And I kind of feel like there's a new situation coming in for you, and it's like you're just wanting to make sure that you don't enter into the same situation. Obviously, this is the good stuff, so I feel like you'll be fine. I also feel like some of you are ending a nightmare. Like if you have been stuck in some sort of bad situation, it's popping into my head as involving money. I feel like there's either a solution or someone is coming in to help you. And I'm not just saying love. It's like maybe you need money, and maybe like a parent or maybe an uncle or someone that you know is giving you money to help you out. So that might only be for some of you. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is, of course, a teamwork card. It is also a card of your community, and it is a card of a celebration. And this week, a lot of the signs have been getting these celebration cards. So there might be just a lot of reasons to celebrate. And you have the Five of Wands. Again, I feel like you're standing out above the competition. So if you have like a career, a business, or if you're trying to stand out in some way in some other area of life, I feel that is saying that you are standing out. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. I would also say that there could be like, this could just be a new opportunity, because sometimes Nine of Swords like being stuck, but the Two of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, it's sometimes I would read that as, like kind of like an exit, this Two of Pentacles, as in the Nine of Swords, you've been stuck in a nightmare, and this is how you get out. So there could be clearly a very good opportunity that sets you free this week. With the Three of Cups, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. Definitely a lot of improvements. And with the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, really like a very solid new beginning coming in for you here. I would also, I feel like there's a lot of reasons to be enthusiastic with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, he really kind of follows his enthusiasm, meaning that, like, he doesn't care what society says, which is what we talked about quite a bit here with the Queen of Wands as well. He just does something because it excites him and because his heart tells him to do it. So, I'm a big fan of that for you earth signs, for sure. Like anything that your heart is telling you to do, I would do it. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. I can't really show you this card, but it says despair on it. And, I do feel like some of you are kind of leaving a situation like this. I would be careful of a past person as well who might be in despair of your loss. They could be trying to tempt you back in. They could be threatening certain actions that I can't say on YouTube. I think you can figure it out from here. It has to do with like deleting oneself, let's put it that way. So, don't allow them to do that, and call the cops if that happens, or, report them to mental services or whatever you have to do, right? And that's only going to be for some of you. You have this Pleasure Seeker card. Every single person's had this card. It kind of reminds me of the Three of Cups. There could be a lot of celebrations, happiness, like good things coming in. I would also say for you, if there are opportunities to socialize, to have fun with people, I would do all those things. Next, you have this Lord card. This card is like a fancy person card. I feel like you could be attracting a person who is like a fancy person, very successful, hardworking, if you're looking for love. I also feel like this could be you. Like you're becoming more successful, obviously, and this could really be making you stand out more. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like that card is talking about like the spillover effect. Like sometimes I think we start to become more successful. It makes us more confident. Because we're more confident, we become more successful. Then we attract more people into our lives. It's like this positive kind of feedback loop, and I would go more in that direction. You have this money card. Yes, clearly. I feel like there's a lot of security in your finances, or you are securing your finances. I've been saying it for 2 years now. We just saw 2 banks collapse. It's going to get worse. I'm telling you right now. So anything you can do to secure your finances. Again, I don't think we should be paranoid. I don't think we should worry about this stuff. I just would, diversify. I would come up with solutions. I would have some ideas, right? Even if you are saying I have no money, I would just, get an idea of what you could do, right? And to kind of secure your situation. There's really no right or wrong here. I would just, kind of be prepared. But it looks like you're improving your finances. You have this thief card. How interesting is this right here? It kind of looks the same. I'm going to show you over here. It's like the thief is climbing through a window, and it almost kind of looks like the money thing right here, even though it's not. So I would definitely lock your doors, lock your windows. I would, hide your kids, hide your wife, right? And I would also say that, don't leave stuff around in your car. I always tell people, it's like, I remember years ago, my dad had his car broken in, but he had his like laptop out in the wide open on his back seat. It's like, don't tempt fate is kind of like what I feel is going on here. I would also say that I do feel for some of you, this is a past person. And it's like, obviously, if your life is improving, they can smell that from, 10,000 miles away. So I would be careful of like a past person who is like a thief of joy. But all in all, looks pretty good. Thank you for being here, Capricorn, and definitely enjoy your week.